I'm gonna get my piece of the pie.
I've got a very exciting video for you today. This is the introduction video for the MMT Delta Percentage Indicator. This is an indicator dedicated entirely to the measurement of delta percentage. The delta percentage is a measurement of the net buying or selling pressure. So for every bar, we can see the percentage of net selling or net buying. And with this indicator, we are able to utilize this information in several different ways. I've got this indicator set up so that it works without having to use tick replay, and this indicator also works on the free version of NinjaTrader. The only thing on the chart right now is the new MMT Delta Percentage Indicator. I'm going to show you all of the different available features and parameters that are included with this indicator. So stick around, I'm going to go over absolutely everything. I think you're going to be really excited, like I am, to see all the different potential ways that we can use delta percentage in our trading. So this is what the indicator looks like with the basic default settings. There are a lot more customizable options that I will go over shortly. Down here in this separate panel, we have the delta percentage plot. I'm often looking at the delta percent plot, manually looking for divergence between the delta percent plot and price action. Like right here we have price moving up, but you can see the delta percent plot is making lower lows. So I'm seeing some divergence there. And then we get a neutral candle right here, this white neutral candle. After this move up, we get a nice reversal. After this move down, we get another neutral candle, along with a divergence signal and a washout signal, both based off of delta percentage. Then we get a nice move back up. Same thing on this move higher. We're making these higher highs, but the delta percent plot is lower than it was back here when price was lower. Now price is higher, delta percent plot is lower. So I'm seeing that divergence, and then we do get a nice pullback. We're back here on this move down. You can see our delta percent plot is making higher highs as price is moving down. So I'm seeing that divergence. We have the switch over to green candles being painted by the delta percentage indicator. We get a nice pop up there. So let's take a look under the hood and see all of the available parameters included with this indicator. So here we have the MMT Delta Percentage Indicator. At the top, I've got two different thresholds. One for the delta percentage. The default setting is 4%. You could change this threshold to anything you like. You could have it be 12%. And this will affect the candle colors and also the color of the optional text numbers that will appear above the candles. There's also a delta number threshold. This is the raw delta number coming in for each bar. You can also set this threshold to whatever you like. So we have an option to show the delta percent number. We can also show the percentage symbol or leave it off and just show the number. I'm going to turn that on. We can also show the actual raw delta number. I'm going to turn that on. Let's just see what that looks like on the chart. So when I'm using the numbers, I'm going to want to zoom out so I can see the numbers being printed here. So closest to the candle, we have the delta percentage. So if the delta percent is greater than 4%, we will get red candles or green candles. And if it is below 4%, we get these neutral candles. There's a 1%, there's a 3%, get the white candles. And then above the percentage, you can see the actual number of delta for each bar. We can also use the raw delta number in conjunction with the percentage in some of the other features available on this indicator. So let's check those out. So right now the candles are being painted by the delta percent threshold that I have up here. I can also activate the raw delta number painting. So if I want the candles to be based just on the raw delta number threshold, I can activate that and turn off the percent. Or I can have these both activated, and then in order to get a green or a red candle painted, we have to be above the delta percent threshold and also above the delta number threshold. There's color options for the candle painting here. And then there's also threshold signals available. If I turn this option on, I can see signals when the thresholds are exceeded. And once again, I can have it based off of percentage thresholds or raw delta number thresholds, or I can have the combination. And there are separate customizable thresholds for the signals versus the candle painting. So if I want these signals to match up with the candle painting, I just want to make sure I'm using the same numbers. So there's a 4, there's a 50. I'm just going to turn this feature off. I'm not going to use the raw delta number. I'm just going to calculate these signals based off of the delta percentage threshold, which in this case is a 4%. For the signals, I can choose arrows or triangles. Then I've got a special offset for the signals. And now you can see every time that the delta percentage is exceeded, we get a signal. On the neutral candles, we do not get a signal. So you can turn these signals on or off. Then I've also got special divergence signals based off of delta percentage. You can turn these on or off. You can also choose arrows or triangles for the signals. You can see these two divergent signals right here, these gold triangles. And then I also have a special washout signal, also based off of delta percentage. You can turn these on or off. You can choose arrows or triangles. The default settings are very basic and minimal. I've only got this one feature activated. I can also activate these other features requiring price extremes, range expansions, delta expansions, the number of cooldown bars. You can play around with all these different settings and fine-tune these washout signals to your own personal preference. There's some color zones for the background on the separate panel that you can turn on or off. The default settings are to calculate on bar close. You could also have it calculate on each tick or price change. You will see the numbers and the percentage and the candle colors coming in real time if that's something you want to see. I'm personally using this indicator on bar close. With the delta percentage, right when it's coming in, when a candle's first forming, it will be very high. And then as the candle gets closer and closer to finishing, you'll get a better idea of what the actual percentage is going to be. And also, if you're using it on each tick or price change, the divergence and the washout signals will vary greatly. And for me, personally, with the divergence and the washout signals, I want to see these on bar close. So if I was going to use the delta percentage on each tick for the candle color or the numbers, I would probably have two instances of this on my chart. One for the signals on bar close, and then another where I just activated the candle colors and maybe the numbers and had that calculate on each tick or price change. As always, a lot of different options. And then I've got a plot available for the delta percent. It's set up as a line, but you could also choose to make this a bar. You could match the data series width, and then you will see a look more like the ultimate delta histogram. I've been enjoying using this with the line feature. And then, as I've mentioned in some other videos, you can also use the delta percentage indicator as an input in the MMT trend and reversal indicator. So you can have some fun using the trend and reversal indicator with the delta percentage as an input and be able to get even more signals based off of delta percentage using the trend and reversal indicator. I've also got a special chart template available in the templates product that uses the combination of delta percentage and trend and reversal in a special chart setup that is available separately. So this is a very special tool for measuring delta percentage in all different kinds of ways. With the delta percentage, there will always be a defined range between 0 and 100 across all different instruments. So this can be a helpful way to analyze delta. I hope you enjoyed this introduction video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment on my YouTube channel. I do not see questions submitted through the WAP store, so leaving a comment on the YouTube channel is the best way to ask a question. The MMT delta percentage indicator is available now. There are links in the description. I wish you best of luck in your trading. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.